Do you remember when our parents used to say experience is the best teacher? And they'll bring slight comments of nawe kasita okula ojja kulaba ensogi olabika ogiyita nyangu. Well, that was their way of actually informing us that the world is not easy, but there are certain things that experience has taught me, and I never wish them on anyone. And one of them is loving a narcissistic person. You want to know how I got cooked by this type of people, not once but twice? Grab coffee and a snack, and let's dive in. Welcome to Being Human podcast with me, yours truly, Agnes Maggimbi. This platform only talks about real life conversations that affect us mentally. And today we are hitting on something that is close and personal to me because it's something that I've experienced, gone through it, healed through it, and that's why I'm sharing it today. And it's loving a narcissist or a narcissistic person. Loving a narcissist is one of the hardest, I repeat, hardest things one can ever go through. Because first of it comes with self-doubt. Tewetegeera. You be like, ono muntu anjagala batu anjagala. Then they lower your self-esteem to the core. You get with this person, you're bubbly, you're lively, and probably that's one of the reasons why they come to you. Then they get you, and then they start chipping on your insecurities to lower your self-esteem. Then you be there, how am I? Today we're just highlighting 5 pointers on how you know that this is a narcissistic person and how they make you feel. Loving a narcissistic person looks like how? Well, for you that has just joined it, grab tea, grab coffee, and let's dive in. First of all, loving a narcissistic person doesn't mean they would love you back. To a narcissist, love is transactional. They only love you when they want something from you, or they only show you love for them to get like admiration. Watch together. Like he knows when I do something nice, Agi will say, "Oh, thank you so much. I love you. That was so thoughtful." And to them, it's like an ego booster. So you just sleep happy of, okay, it fuels their spirit. That's how they perceive love. When you do something nice, they'll praise me, and then I'll sleep comfortably well. The other point of having a narcissistic person, it's the blame game. 𝑑𝒐𝒅𝒄𝒂𝒔𝒕. When they do something, it always comes back to you. Because first of all, these are manipulative people. When he does something, he'll find a way of coiling it around so that it's back on your deck. And then they'll make you feel guilty. Then you start saying, Banag, I'm sorry, Bambi Sonyiwa. Yet, it was them in the first place. For example, I remember the first person I was with. Actually, those days I was young. I was so young and naive. So I was not fully aware of this whole triangle. I was like, but this person is like this. Then nature, lero, mbera netonda. So that's constant kwetonda. I reached the point and I was like, you know what? It's done. What have I done? I'm not going to apologize. Today I'm not. Then he will come back. Yet it was his fault. So this is me being like, I'm being sonyiwa. And then nakunyigira, and then they'll sometimes ghost you for like a week or 2 weeks without saying anything to you. Then they go back and be like, I think I've just given her a fair punishment. Now they come back without saying sorry. They just come back on a new page. Like, hey, how are you? If he's very well thoughtful, he'll just buy you something, and that's like weighing you back in, and then you forget what they did. So I was looking at this situation. I'm like, no, like they cannot actually acknowledge that they did this. They can't acknowledge that they hurt my feelings. Now they're just back with just material things of akuguliddeyo kino, then nosanyuka them nange relationship, then you get back together. That's one thing. That's how narcissists behave. If you have one, and please run. The other thing of loving a narcissist, loving a narcissistic person, they make you feel less. It doesn't matter what you do in this love affair or whatever you bring to the relationship. It doesn't matter if you bring more love. A narcissist will always find things to make you feel less of yourself. If you are somebody, let me give an example of myself. I am a fashionable person. I know how to put things together. So whenever I show up, I show up. Like, that's one thing I believe makes many people insecure, because they'll be like, oh, again, but yeah, I know when I show up, I show up. I eat all outfits. But this person always make me feel like, you watch all the time. Even the things you love, they make you hate them. If you know me well enough, you know the things that bring me joy is fine dining. But all the times that me and my sister would have plans to like go fine dining, you leave this person, he's sulking. Like, simusanyu that you're going out, simusanyu that you're actually enjoying. And I'll be like, but this person, when do they get to be like this? And then when you're out there, they'll start calling you and then texting you. Do you know those people? Like, you're in enjoyment, but then they're trying to like text you and make you busy. Away from your enjoyment, it's like, onyumira nyoba nyumirako. And then they'll be like, what time are you coming back? Trying to like shock ya. Kumbe, they just don't want you to have any snippet of life. They just want you to just be there. And this person, I remember correctly, his joy was me being like, when he calls and you're like, I'm home, what, I don't have plot, well, my friends. Yeah, that's him being like, he'll make it seem like the outside is bad, like your friends are bad, like you don't hang with those friends. Kwegamba. It is terrible. It's a terrible experience. Then the other thing, a narcissistic person isolates you. My sisters that are in marriage with these people, come, let's talk. Tell me how it's going. Well, what these people do, if you've gotten married to them, they make you, they make you, they put you in a bubble. So if you had friends around, they'd actually isolate you from your friends. They'll tell you that the friends are bad, they're bad company, and they'll talk bad about these people. So because you're trying to satisfy that guy, Munanga, now you're a married person, you're Mrs. Gundi, you try to stay home. You cut communication with your friends. You ground yourself. You're a homebody now. And yet, these are the same people that you're supposed to actually call for help. When you're going through a situation and you need people to talk to, these are your like point of contact. But because a narcissist wants to like put you in that same bubble of even when things are not working out, even when he's torturing you, even when he's actually emotionally abusing you, he wants you to be in that bubble. You don't have anyone to call. It's just you and him. That's a narcissist. Narcissistic people. Then the narcissistic people make us, they make you fearful. I remember this guy, I was with him, but I would fear. You know when you're with somebody, but you fear, you constantly fear them. And it's something my body would react to, but I would never be like, but why do I fear this person? They're not the richest people on earth. They're not like, person of interest. Person of interest is a movie. But yeah, but person of interest, or let's say a MVP. They are not. But why do I have that fear of when they're around? I feel like, Obera, a kid. Remember a kid, ngobera bwe bati. Banange, obera ukankana. Whenever they're around you, like, olikubunkenke. That's how narcissistic people make you feel, because they've instilled this fear in you. Obera nga abeguya. Like, they give you so little of them. So whenever they're around, you just cling on whatever they provide. So they put you in that. Because first of all, at first, they bombed you. Like, they bombed you. It was a very strong relationship. It was a very strong relationship from the start. This guy was very communicative. He was very attentive. You'd actually call yourselves. And that phase, for you think, Bane, this guy is loving me too much. Banange, this guy is focusing on me. Kumbe. That's their way of learning how things work for you. Now, after they've got you a paba, then they start to devalue you. That's when you get those things of, he calls you once in a while, he no longer texts, and he how does it, he puts it on, I've been busy, work is straining me. Kati munange, if you're a very forgiving and empathetic human being like I was, you be understanding. Now you move to the understanding girlfriend. But these people said they love you. It can actually call you and actually video call you and send you all those things of, baby, I love you, baby, this and this and this. But do the opposite. Then you'd be like, nah, you're no muntu. Does he love me? They keep you in that, you keep questioning this whole thing of, but he's telling me this, but it's acting different. Kati, one day you wake up and be like, okay, let me just be confrontational. Let me just sit with him and then we talk about this. You'll sit with this person, tell them all your issues, try to iron out things. This person will act right tomorrow and the next day. After that day, he'll go back to his ghosting, to his being non-communicative. And then you'd be like, but I thought we talked about these things and cut, what happened? That's a narcissistic person. Now, a narcissistic person is somebody that our parents did not warn us. If you're coming from a point of genuinity, like for you in this affair or the relationship, you're so genuine, your intentions are genuine, you actually love this person, you care about them, and you'd expect them to do the same. My sister, they don't. A narcissist does not reciprocate. A narcissist only reciprocates when he wants something. They'll be like, yeah, let me just show them a little love to get something. Let me act like this to get something. Because first of all, they've known all your angles. When I do this, she's like this. When I do this, through the love bombing phase, Kati Gwabunange, you just be there thinking, Bambi, this person, Bambi. Kumbe. For him, he's using this as a tactic. And that's how a narcissist tells you year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Some people have actually made 14 years with a narcissistic person, and you never run away from them, because at first they made you like they made you think that they are the center of the universe. They isolated you. It's only you and them. And whatever you say, it has to be between you two people. Remember, now they isolated you. You do not have friends. So whatever happens, you don't have anybody to run to except your demon. I call them demons because, yes. So that's how narcissists make you feel. The time when I was with a narcissistic person, now, when I was with these people, I was empty. You guys, I don't know if you get that feeling where somebody comes to you, ngomwe sunze, but when they come, they leave you empty. You be like, what? They've taken something from you and they're not adding to your light. I would feel like that. And one thing that we neglect is our body. You see, our body actually can detect a bad vibe, and it will feel uneasy for those that are not yet aware of themselves. Because right now that I've healed, I can sense, like, if I'm in an environment and I feel like a certain vibe, I go. But sometimes, when you're blinded with the narcissistic love, because at first, remember, they love bombed you. So all the things that come in after, you like, neighbor mbino msajja ali anjakala, neyangulira kino. Now, if this person has acts of service, kubanga, he'll just do something to piss you off, then he'll replace with a material thing. He'll do the other thing, then he knows katinja mugulire motoka, katinja mugulire enju, katinja kola kino. So all those times that you're actually perplexed, you don't know what's happening, these people just compensate with material things. So every time you're coming out to actually iron out your emotional state, they'll be like, kumbe, they're just funding they're funding the material sector, but not the emotional sector. So all the time you're with them, you're like, why do I feel empty? Why is this person not actually doing this? Why are they not fueling my spirit? Why do they leave my soul empty? So you sleep lonely, you have no answers, yet you are dealing with a narcissistic person. The other way, a narcissist. But God above, you see us. These people, I hope they get some special attention when they go to hell, because narcissistic people are like an equivalent of Satan on earth. Because whatever a narcissistic person makes you go through is actually it's like fuel. When they do this, like, you're fueling them. When they upset you, when they are taking you through emotional abuse. I remember the person I was dating then, whenever I would have an argument, they would go and say all lots of things. They would just say lots of things, and sometimes I would look through our conversations and I'd be like, but do these people love me? How can you love somebody and then say all these hateful words to her? And to make it worse, this person would actually say those things outside the relationship. So the friends know what happened, and the friends would be involved in your business. And to make it worse, a narcissistic person is how do they call those people? They are two-faced. So when they are with you, you are dealing with a demon. Outside, they are people's favorite. Outside, because he's a people pleaser for starters. You see, a narcissist get fuel from admiration. So outside, they try to cover their dark side. Outside, he's a lovable person. Outside, people be like, nah, now, that guy is so sweet. Are you sure? So it took me time to actually convince people that this guy is treating me like this. All friends were like, hey, guy, whenever the guy gives us a lift, the guy is so sweet. But he would accept to do that. Then for you, go under grilling at home, be like, oh, he doesn't even mention it that day. You be doing certain things and then he uses that against you. Be like, you even make me drop your friends. Bichi. Then he, narcissistic people. And outside, people will be like, hey, but that guy bought us an expensive drink. But that guy drops us home, all of us. But that guy is just a call away. He's only a call away to those people, but not to you. To you, you're like, how is it called? For you, to you, it's just, he puts you under torture. For you, it's like, tayagala kumanya. Naye abantu abalala, people's favorite. I remember one time when this guy made me, okay, this is not really a big thing. You might say I'm overreacting. But we went somewhere and then I oversat. So the time of going, he tells me, Aggie, go behind, because he was with a boss. Let me say a boss. Then he tells me, go behind. And I remember correctly, the boss told him, no, 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 let her sit in front. You know when you can eavesdrop a conversation. So I remember the boss actually telling him, "Oyo mukazi, so this is how they treat women. Kati tosoba, if you guys are serious and what, she cannot sit at you cannot let her sit behind. Watch together. Nenga jukila telling him to sit behind was for him to actually get admiration from this boss. So the boss was telling him this is how you should handle a woman. For example, she's been with you, you've not taken care of her. And that's how it was. We went to a venue and this guy, all of you would just enter. Now kuleka like tayagara manya. You guys, loving a narcissistic person is hell on earth. But what does that teach us? When you are empathetic and very forgiving, then you are stuck forever, because narcissistic people ride off your empathy. Whenever you're understanding, whenever you can take in all that they give to you, all the abuse, whenever you take in all the abuse, they'll be like, she can tolerate, let me do worse. Then they do it. They're like, hey, Olimugumu, let me do this one. Because their game is to break you, and crush you so that you reach that level of seeing, I cannot come back up. But you know what saved me in all this self-love? Because when you love yourself too much, you can actually, it's a lens to when you love yourself too much, it's more like a lens to what people do not give you. So you can see through self-love. You can actually see yourself through self-love. Whenever you love yourself so much, whenever somebody does something to actually break you, you're like, no, I'm not that. So you come out, I'm not that. And these people, their tactic is to actually break you totally and crush you so that you don't know who you are, so that you don't have self-esteem, so that you actually don't have friends. A narcissistic person is a demon. A narcissistic person will actually make you say those things. You know what women say of all men are trash. Narcissistic people make you say those words because they've made you go through torture. They've loved you the wrong way. So you think every person that comes to you will do that they will hurt you, they will abuse your emotions, but it's never like that. So my sisters, they won't. Whenever you see things that are not working up, whenever you get those backhanded comments of you're this, whenever you sense any gaslight, please run, because what I went through is not something that I would wish for any individual. You deserve better. And there are very, very good people out there to actually reciprocate whatever that you give them. This has been an episode about learning, sharing, and understanding the world we're living in. There are people among us with good intentions. We go all in thinking the world will actually give us that, but many people are not good people. So just be watchful on these people. Narcissistic people are out there to get you. If you're an empath, narcissistic people are out there to get you. If you are the light that shines the brightest, narcissistic people are there to get you. If you're naive and dumb, be watchful, stay on the watch, and see you on the next episode. For those that have just joined in, Being Human is a platform where we just share stories that captivate us and get to a healing point. If I survived narcissistic people, so will you. The time is now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining in. Ciao, ciao.